Well, it's been a pretty eventful week. But I guess I'll start with how Republicans are actually starting to take strategies from the Jim Profit playbook. Unfortunately, they're 10 years too late. Even I, as the smartest man in the world, can still learn and grow and develop. And obviously, 10 years ago, I was not as familiar with the dialectic as I am today. I would still say that my ideas worked at the time given the paradigm of what I knew about politics and how I perceived the world, but we can do better. I'll put it that way. It is good, but we can do better. And that's unfortunately what Republicans are in desperation doing, because even back then I knew capitalism was bullshit. So they are just in desperation trying to preserve a culture that does not exist, and that is not the way to even use my plan back then. But let me just admit what it is, and then you can tell that is something Jim Profit thought of, and they fucking know it. I'm sure if you look at archives throughout the older forums of the internet, you will find it, and under an old alias that wasn't Jim Profit at the time. Basically in Oklahoma, was it Oklahoma? It's one of those fucking redneck states. They want to give fetuses attorneys. If under the law they can define a fetus as a person, well then they are entitled to an attorney under any legal circumstance. And even though most people aren't even provided an attorney when they're full-fledged human beings that have sapience, yeah, well, we know how Republicans are, so they'd rather give it to unthinking clumps of veins and biology that could be a person, yeah, all well and good, but they're really not, they're a blank slate. You can't say that a blank slate is innocent. That's not how life works. You can say that it has potential, but I would not call it innocent. And even all the potential in the world, let's look at it rationally. Probably just gonna grow up to be another blue pill motherfucker anyway. And if not a blue pill motherfucker, well then probably a moderator. So you know what, it's better to put a coat hanger to its head. But I digress. The point is that they want to give attorneys to the fetus to give it like legal defense against abortion. And this would work splendidly against abortion because it's not about winning. Most court situations are not actually about winning. Why do you think I want moderators to go to court? I don't expect to take their money. I don't expect the judge to be like, Jim Profit is 100% correct, and bang his gavel, and the police drag moderators to jail. I don't expect that. What I do expect is for things to drag on for so fucking long that they lose their resolve. That because of all these legal definitions and the bureaucratic systems and how the law interprets this and that, property and personhood, value and labor, separations and segregations and everything like that, that they just can't run their goddamn website and they lose it. Either the state takes it or they're just not able to fund it anymore. That's the plan. And that's what Republicans are doing with women's uteruses. They're putting them in a position, they only have a 9-month span to either have that baby or not have that baby. So if they can make the court last anywhere within that 9 months, actually not even 9 months, like 5 or 6 months given abortion laws. So, and then they have to have that baby. And ironically, they're not going to fucking cover the baby's expenses. God forbid a poor person should get any help. So that's how they're going to make abortion illegal without actually making it illegal. It's very simple. Like fucking a 5-year-old could do this shit. But the reason why we haven't done it so far is it was most dishonorable. But does Jim Profit give a shit about honor? No. Does the Republicans give a shit about honor? No. Get on our level. But, that's obviously one issue. That's just one issue. Another issue is in another state. I believe it's Virginia. Again, I'll have to actually look it up to remember. They want to abolish marriage entirely because they're coming so close to getting gay marriage around all of the states that the Christian conservative base is in full survival mode and figures, well, if our marriage is tainted by homosexuality, we just won't have fucking marriage, or at least marriage as defined by the state. And they'll leave it up to their, ultra-religious Baptist and other Protestant shit churches to be like, well, we're not gonna marry no fucking queers, and, but it won't mean anything, because it'll be story mode. It'll just be, you are married under God. Woo! Like that means anything. But that's all they have left. So that's what they want to do. And I am perfectly fine with that. That's a current playbook Jim Prophet move. Why am I fine with that? Not that I have anything against homosexuals. In fact, probably gay marriage would do marriage some good. Maybe. But why am I going to go on a maybe? Again, we come back to, is it the best plan? Is it a better plan? Or is it a desperation move? If you ask me, legalizing gay marriage is a desperation move on the revolutionaries' part. A lot of these liberals, of course, want gay marriage because they love capitalism. They just love capitalism differently than conservatives do. That's why they have their fucking twisted definitions of love, and half of it's not even in the goddamn dictionary. So that's how they are with imperialism. They are pink fascists. They want to create this system where, we're so progressive, but meanwhile there is still the upper class overruling the lower class. There is still oppression. There is still minorities, slaughtered every day, and police brutality. There's still corruption. There's still totalitarianism. There's still everything. But they put a smiley face on it because you put something up your butt. And that's liberalism. And that's what gay marriage would do. Gay marriage would not stop the problems of marriage. Marriage is a terrible fucking thing. And I'm not even saying that from the individual emotional level of, you're going to get married. Why? Why are you going to pay money out your fucking asshole just to get divorced like 3 years later? What, so some woman can feel like a Disney princess? Is that your big plan? Oh, this is my big day. I'm going to wear an expensive outfit and invite all my stupid friends that I don't talk to otherwise. And then we're going to get divorced fucking 3 years later. That's stupid. That's maniacal. It's psychotic. And on top of that, it doesn't just affect you guys' life. It doesn't affect, because that's another thing liberals like to say, oh, well, that's their problem. No, it isn't just their problem. It isn't just the guy and the girl's problem when they decide to get married and divorce 3 years later. Everybody else has to be involved. Their family gets involved. Their friends get involved. Fucking people in the third world, they don't even know how to say their name, get involved. Because while you guys are having your little tiff and you're thinking about divorce, fucking some African dude lost his arm in the diamond mines, picking away at the caves and shit, trying to put together and polish your stupid diamond ring for your marriage that doesn't even mean anything to you. You think about that shit the next time you're thinking about a divorce or something. While you're thinking about a divorce, some fucking guy lost his arm trying to get you that ring. But oh, I don't love him anymore. He doesn't treat me like he used to treat me. So it's fucking stupid bullshit. That's why you guys get fucking bombed in 9/11 and shit. Because you're fucking terrible people. And you fucking get upset over the stupidest things. It's just moderators of the emotions, really. That's really all fucking marriage is. And I have no tolerance for that bullshit. And again, liberals will just argue the same point over and over again. Well, it's not your problem. Well, yeah, it is my problem. It's like drug cartel. Liberals know better than to legalize all drugs, because if everybody was addicted to heroin or cocaine, they wouldn't go to fucking work, and capitalism wouldn't be able to thrive. But that's why I'm perfectly fine with legal hard drugs. But let's look at this realistically. With hard drugs, do I care if somebody is personally addicted to painkillers or whatever? No. No, if they want to hurt themselves, that's fine. I don't even think they will really hurt themselves doing that. If they are a intelligent enough person, they can thrive and function even with addiction. It's probably not the best idea, but it's possible, and it's been done many, many times. However, the institution of drugs, the idea of exploiting people's addiction for a large profit margin, is what's wrong with it. What's wrong with it is that it's institutionalized addiction that looks to get people addicted, or at least preserve those that are addicted in order to maintain its status. And that is what marriage is. Marriage isn't just the ruining of lives individually, of their bad relationships and their stupid bullcrap. It's the institution of it. And that's why it needs to be getting rid of. But you're not going to hear that from liberals or conservatives. They're just going to talk about how wonderful pink fascism is, or how we need to preserve that Bible bullshit and keep women barefoot in the kitchen. But, I'm the tanky apparently. I'm ferocious for fucking pointing that out. About how you all are fucking first world imperialist scumbags that don't give a shit about each other, let alone the people outside your dimension, your sense of vision, where you don't understand the plight of the third world. I don't really expect you to. But what you should do is at least understand your fellow man, your privileged fellow man in the first world, and how your actions and your society and your rules and your terms of service and your property affects their life. And you just don't fucking care. So why should we care about you? Why should we care about your feelings? It's another show. Why should we care about your, marriages and your relationships and your love and your this and your personal choices and your body? Why should we care about any of that? You don't care about any of that. That's it.